we are tackling Mississippi in this section of the TransAmerica Trail. We were able to do this section with help from our partners, X-Venture Trailers, and in association with Overlander.com, and also from our awesome sponsors. We leave Lexington, Kentucky at 5 a.m. and we have a 5-hour drive to get to our location where we last left off. Joining us on this trip, no one. Solo time. 5 hours was plenty of time to make sure all of our cameras were charged. In our last section of trail, we finished in Savannah, Tennessee and couldn't go any further due to the flooding. It had been a full month since we tried last time. There's an easy bypass of this section. I just didn't want to take it, and we're extremely relieved to see that it was open. So we did a quick air down and got on our way. These are the smoothest gravel roads that I've ever been on. This area was the perfect way to start a new section of the trail. It also allowed us to tune in the suspension to allow for the weight of the new Putco bed rack. I wish I could have seen this area full of crops. After crossing the Pickwick Dam on the Tennessee River, it's just a short drive to start Mississippi. Officially in Mississippi. I could already tell I was going to make some miles on this trip every day just because of the roads. They were clay and gravel roads and very smooth. Quick stop for lunch at High on the Hog Barbecue. Just like every other state that we've done, the trail usually consists of road, gravel, dirt, gravel, road, and repeating. But at least on this section, we can average around 35 to 45 miles per hour on these back roads, just because of how good the roads are. After the Tennessee section, I'd heard just a little bit of chatter coming from the trailer. Turns out we had broken something pretty crucial. So I looked up fabricators on Google Maps, found one 20 miles away, gave them a call, and they said, come on down. The bracket that X-Venture uses to connect the side post to the bottom of the roof rack had sheared. As soon as I showed up, the guys at Mississippi Metal Magic jumped into action. I didn't want anything pretty, just enough to get me home. I can't tell you how skilled and professional these guys were and how fast they got this done. Thanks Mississippi Metal Magic for getting us back on the road in under 30 minutes. Being one of the early model trailers, they have since fixed this issue and made it out of steel. It's also worth mentioning this trailer's been to the tip of South America on the Pan American Highway, across Canada, Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Island, hundreds of weekend warrior trips, and half the TransAmerica Trail. And this is the first hardware failure that I've seen. All day I've been extremely happy at the pace that I've been able to maintain. There are some very slow sections that you have to take your time on, especially if this area has lots of rain. It is clay and mud and it sticks to everything. towpro came in very handy in this section, keeping me straight in line going down slick trails, using the trailer almost as an anchor. Oh, and thank you, logging truck, for the nice chip in the windshield. Mississippi isn't a long section, and one day we did about 3/4 of the trail, finding our first camp spot in Holly Springs National Forest. This happens to be one of our top camp spots of the year so far. It was a 15-hour day of driving, so being able to find campsite gold and relax was everything. Going to bed early was not a problem, with the sound of a million frogs serenading us to sleep. After a quick camp breakdown, I got the drone up to check out the area. It definitely pays to spend a lot of time on maps before you go somewhere and try to pick out a few camp spots, at least have 1 or 2 backups. Luckily I didn't need one, and this place was perfect. Have an extremely long drive day today, and after Holly Springs National Forest, there are no more national forests in this state. After a few hours of driving country roads, we finally hit the plains areas. This is the furthest west that I have driven so far, so seeing roads go on forever straight, make a turn, and then straight on again was a unique experience. On the East Coast, we don't have straight roads this long. Mississippi reaffirmed why I love overlanding. Every turn brings something different. Interactions with the local culture, the ever-changing geography, and the friendships we make along the way. This section ends crossing the Mississippi into Arkansas. I did not expect much out of Mississippi being a shorter section, but I was pleasantly surprised. Follow along, and thanks for watching.